Welcome to the Arras. Here we are. An Ali Pali legend, Willie Borland. Legend for the 9 data. Everybody remembers that. You remember it?
I remember it very well.
You've milked it for how many years now?
3.
Good. So we're going to hear a wee chat, Willie. Talk about your. I'm calling you Willie. Would you prefer to be called?
Well, it's fine.
So we're going to chat about your career, the Ali Pali, your hopes and aspirations for going forward. I think you've got a year left of your tour card.
Yeah, well, hopefully more, but a year left.
Ready about and a wee game of darts at the end, and you can
definitely.
You can obviously put on a better show than Cammy Menzies.
I don't know about that. He's class.
Yes, he's very, very good. You've been in a fight club before?
No, this is the first time.
First time's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's brilliant, to be fair. Like,
They've been really, really good hosts over the last 3-4 months. Right, darts. How did you get to darts?
Yeah, my full family basically played, like, from my dad to my granddad, my dad, my brother, and stuff. And before, like, I even started thinking about chucking a dart, like, I played, like, bowling, like grass bowls.
Oh, did you? I
for
see
years,
a pub guy.
So, like, my brother played bowls, so I followed in his footsteps. And then, obviously, I played football and that when I was younger. And then when it was my uncle and a couple of guys from Livingston, they started up a youth academy for darts. And then I joined it with my cousin and stuff, and then just took off for there. Just kind of got a bit of an attitude and thought I was the best in the world, and when I was terrible, and then it just got better and better.
So darts is like a sport that I know a lot of kids grow up wanting to be. I think this generation, listening to Eddie Hearn talking about, like, it's the fastest growing sport for kids. I think in the UK, I think it was something that I might have got that start wrong, but it was something along those lines. And me personally, growing up, watched Bullseye, usual darts programme on TV, everybody did that, but we didn't ever really knew anything about darts, whereas now, I think darts is more readily accessible and available for kids. And I think there is genuine kids now dress up. I went to the Alloa thing with the Gary Anderson, the kind of the Legends thing, and the amount of kids there with dart shirts on, is that how? So you're talking about your dad playing, your brothers, your uncles and stuff like that. Did you just go with them to the darts? Is that how you get into it?
Yeah, well, obviously, like, it was in the family, as I said. So, like, basically, like, they would go and play in their local leagues, and obviously I was too young to be playing. So I was just thrown in the house. I had a dartboard on the couch, throwing, and then it got to the age I started the youths when I was quite late on. So I started when I was just 16, turning 17. And then I gave up the football and stuff, and then went straight, like, my first tournament, I got beat in the final. I knocked out 2 of the Scottish internationals at the time at youth level and got beat in the final. And then from there, I kind of thought, like, I had something, but I was like, obviously I was quite a cocky guy when I was younger, and then I always thought I was better than what I was.
Yep.
And then I just kept practicing, and then went to Q school for the first time in 2018, I think it was, and done terrible. And then I always said to myself, I want to do better. And then 2 years later, I got my card.
Superb. So see the thing I've noticed with some of the young kids that play through the circuits and stuff, and even in the pubs and the bars and stuff, I see them. They're too hard on themselves because they all think they can be the Luke Littlers or the Gary Andersons, but they're only like 10, 11, 12 years old. You're saying that you didn't start till you were 16. My son Harry, he started playing the darts and he's had like a few 180s, a few like 18, 19, 20 darters, and I can see the improvement in him because he's practicing me every night, and like he's 14 and I think he's young, but we played a guy up in Alloa, 10 years old. I think his name was might have been Jamie Bryceland or something.
Owen
Bryceland.
Yeah, very good player.
And I was like,
yeah, he beat me like 3 weeks ago.
Did he? Aye. Well, I beat him one leg, so I think I've got a wee chance today. But what I'm saying is, it's amazing how many, like, you think that these kids that play football, they play rugby, play tennis, whatever, they start at a very young age. Darts is becoming that way now, where people are actually picking up a dartboard. I know when Harry brought these new darts for his birthday, I've obviously borrowed them today, sorry Harry, I'll tell you. I've had to sign for them because they can't deliver to kids because it's like they're shutting their weapons.
Nah, but it's like, take football at it, like, do you know what I mean? Like, how many, like, if you, like, you could be half decent at football and just say, for instance, like, go pro youth, like, how many people actually, like, come out of the pro youth system and, like, get, like, a chance to play first team football professionally? Like, the way darts is going now, like, you've got the JDC, like, for adults you've got, like, the vaults and all that, like we were talking about earlier. Like, there's so many opportunities to get to the next level and become professional now than there was years ago, and that's why you see so many kids try to, especially with the JDC, that's massive for youths.
That can only be a good thing for the sport in general, more kids, because it brings it's going to be healthy competition for years to come, because I think back in the day when you think your Jockey Wilsons, your Ed Bristows, your guys of that era, there was only a certain group of them, and then along came your Phil Taylors, your Raymond Barnavals, they guys, and then along comes Gary Anderson, and then comes Michael van Gerwen. They've always been lingering about, but they come to the top. Now you've got your Aspinalls, your Rob Crosses, your Gerwen Prices, and now you've got your Luke Littlers and your Humphreys. Like, you think of Taylor making 16 world titles, and Littler's got his first one, and he's obviously lost the one 2 years ago. Is it possible that a Luke Littler can get 16 world titles with the amount of talent? What I'm trying to get is the amount of talent that's coming through.
I think obviously his talent is unbelievable, the best. But you look at like Humphreys, obviously the things that he done. He went world champion. When he won the world championship, nobody really spoke about him because of what Littler done.
Yeah.
That's only going to make these guys more hungry to beat Littler. Yeah. I think there's too much talent on now for anyone to purely dominate. I think he'll dominate. I think he'll win hundreds of titles, but I don't think he'll dominate like Taylor or what Van Gerwen or that done, But I think he's great for the sport. As I said, the amount of people, kids in it, have taken up darts because of him, want to try and be him, mimic him, is massive, and it's only going to help the guys that play at the top.
Right, we may as well get some practice in here, right? Because I'm thinking that you're telling me you're not practicing as much as you used to or should do.
I should be doing it at the moment.
Is that down to your work-life balance? Obviously, what do you do out with the darts?
No, just full-time darts.
Are you a full-time darter? Cammy the plumber?
No, well, as I said, obviously, if you want to be at the top, I believed, obviously, when I first got my card, I literally gave up. I was only working part-time in the card factory. So I gave that up. And because obviously you need to be practicing every day. Obviously, it's been Christmas time, and I played a couple of competitions throughout the Christmas time and stuff, and then I took 2 weeks off after New Year. So this is me just getting back into it, ready to go away at the end of the month.
So you're quite cold, so I've got a chance to do. Is that what you're trying to tell me? The thing for me, obviously, I've seen you playing in and around the pubs and clubs when I used to play maybe 5, 6 years ago. You go to maybe the Airdrie tournament or something, I would see you there, and people would say, oh, there's Willie Borland. So you were a well-known name in that circuit in terms of being a very, very good player. Do you find nerves playing darts? Because I feel like when I played as a pub player in the Kirkintilloch League, get to the odd final and then start feeling like your arm turned to jelly. Do you get that, or do you think it's just more experience, more exposure helps with that? No,
obviously, I still play a lot of local events in the pubs and stuff. And it's just because, obviously, if you take the exhibition circuit, people pay hundreds of pounds to see pros. Obviously, every pro started somewhere. They never started in the house. They played pub darts. So I like to give the pubs back what they gave me. They gave me the opportunity to go in, practice, play and stuff. So I always if I'm available every weekend, I'll go to a pub tournament and just because that's match practice. Yeah. Match practice is the best. And. But so basically, if I'm not away, I'm just at 100 days darts.
So tell us on a we're trying to obviously speak to darts players, give people an insight into your life. Talk us about practicing. What is Cammy talked about playing? He plays somebody for 2 or 3 hours. Somebody else I spoke to talks about just going down the pub playing themselves. What's your practice routine? How do you go about it?
Well, obviously, my mate Callum, he plays a vault event thing. Okay. So at Livingston at the Coburn, I'm only 5 minutes up the road. So I'll go up there on a Tuesday, Thursday, and I'll just throw at the board, practice 1-2-1, checking out and stuff. Yeah. And that's what I do in the house. I didn't have the luxury, unfortunately, from where I live, to have anybody close to me to practice. Okay. So that's why I use the local events and pubs and stuff to get my match practice and stuff. So. Right. But apart from that, I just 1-2-1 doubles.
To anybody listening, the 1-2-1, so that's try and finish 1-2-1 in 3 darts.
Well, I do 9.
9 darts.
So because that's what we do at we do that at the pro tour practicing and stuff. If I'm practicing, we do there's 3 of us, so we get 3 darts each. Oh, so I do the 9 darts, but then if I'm doing well, I'll take it down to 6.
Okay, and then would you go once you hit 1-2-1, then go to 1-2-2?
Aye.
1-2-3, and just work your way up the way.
Right up to 170.
That's amazing. I've seen people doing that, practicing, but obviously it's good for the listeners to understand how this works. Obviously they've got 9 darts, there might be 3 players, the first 3 will go, the next 3 will go, and you try and quickly check out 1-2-1. Once you've done that, you'll move on to 1-2-2. Yeah. So it's a good practice.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything in terms of technique, me, I pick up a dart, I rest it on the finger and I grab it with my two and I just rest it there and I just back and release. What about yourself?
I'm just kind of the same. I just have that, then I'll bring my pinky off and I'll just like release the same.
So
do you know what I mean?
Are you more feel or more like, I'm trying to, like when I throw, oh jeez, I just hit a treble 20.
When I throw, I just hit treble 20s.
That's a ton. I sometimes feel that when I'm playing well and I'm quite confident, it just as if it's like a robot arm.
No,
it just seems to continue going.
That's the same with everyone. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're under pressure, your arm does go like jelly, and then you go erratic. But now, if you get like, obviously it's hard. Like sometimes I'll hold the dart there, then I'll move it back. It just whatever I feel comfortable on the day. I'll never change like the grip. It's just sometimes I'll change when I hold the dart. But then
I've tried to explain to my son Harry, like to try and have the same setup every time you go to the hockey. So we've got the dartboard in the games room down the stair. I've said the games room, it's a wee room with a dartboard and a wee mini pool table. And I'm saying, like, get your foot set, get yourself set and try and keep the body still, the head still, and just try and let it throw and hit ones. And I find that he's got better doing it. And then sometimes when he goes up and he's a bit all over the place, it's like, they're everywhere.
That's what, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just inconsistency. Like, that's what I feel like. Obviously, like, I'm really inconsistent. So, like, there'll be like times when I'll go, like, there'll be months in the Pro Tour, you'll see me win games with like 90, 95 averages, maybe break the ton average, whatever. Then there'll be times you'll see me win with like, lose with like an 80.
Aye.
Sorry, and that's just genuinely because of inconsistency. But like, they say that the average dart player, doesn't he start like playing well until he's like in his late 30s and stuff.
And what is he, what, 20 what?
28.
I see, you've got a few years to go then, huh?
I'm still young according to the statistics of darts.
But then again, we'll turn that round 180. Young and compared to Luke Littler, who's now 12 years younger than you.
It's crazy.
It's mad, isn't it?
It doesn't look 12 years younger.
No. Hopefully the audience would love to see a 9-darter at some point on this show. I would like to think that somebody may hit it. Talk to me about that 9-darter that you had at the Ali Pali, because it was a very close game at the time. It's not as if it's in like the beginning of the game or the middle of the legs, it's at the death to win it.
Well, obviously like Brad, like obviously like if you ever get a chance to like speak to Brad or whatever, like online, whatever, he'll tell you like, I've known him through like the youth development tour system of the PDC. I've played against him like a lot of times. Like even like when we were both youths, we used to go to a pub on a Friday to play a tournament, and then we'd go to the youths the Saturday, Sunday, and like there was always something mental happening in our games, like all the time. And then obviously like the last like the first set he was unbelievable, 124 average I think it was. Like he smashed me, and then I'm like, right, I know that he's not going to play at that level all the time. I'm like, so just like I needed to step it up. I think I was averaging about 90, 91. I was like, I need to step it up a bit. I was like, and to give myself chances. Yep. And then I went 1-1. I was like, I've got a great chance of winning this. And then I went, was it 2-1? I went up, and like, I had a chance to win it like easy. And then he brought it back to go 3-all. Then I just thought to myself, like instantly, I was like, I know this is going to go 2 sets all. I was like, and I'm going to have the throw to win the game. I was like, just prepare yourself for that. And then was it a 130 to go 2-0 up in the last set? And I'm thinking, Jesus, I've got a chance to just like whitewash him here. And then the 1-3-4 from him, especially with his dart was hanging out, and he went 2 treble 17s and double 16. And he was like, I'm staying here, and I'm like, great. This is what I don't want.
He's chatting on the stage, like he's having a wee bit of
he gave it, like, he was giving it, like, I gave it, with the 180s and all that, and like the highest checkouts, I like to give it a bit on the stage. And then he was giving it back. But like, that's it gets the adrenaline, it gets the adrenaline pumping. And then it came to the last leg, and I was like, you know, I just said to myself in my head, I was like, 15 darts, and that means he needs to go in 12 or 9. I was like, 15 darts, call it, and then
that's a great way of thinking, because I've never thought like that in terms of, it's like a two-legged old school tie in Europe where you would get those away goals and stuff. You think like, to think 15 darts because you've got the throw. He has to check out in 12. That's tough.
So I was like, 15 darts, and I went 180, and then I was like, fair enough, great start. Then he went 1-3-4, But like then when I went to 177, like I tried to do it like 3 times within the match and I could not hit a treble 19.
But you did.
And then like the treble 19 just like stuck in. I was like, this could go. And as soon as the first dart went in, I knew I was going to be in a double. Just with the way I throw, like the fluency that I was having in the game, I knew when the first treble 20 was in, I knew that's going to be plumb. The second one's going to be plumb. It's all about the double 12. And
you pinged that double 12, probably one of the greatest celebrations we've seen at the Ali Pali, yeah?
To be fair, like, I couldn't stop. I just went mad. I didn't even mean to do it. It just happened.
Is the crowd that amazing? Is it? Did you feel the vibe from the crowd to just say to yourself, I don't give a shit, I'm off here?
No, well the thing, like obviously, like is, when they were all singing about Scotland get battered and stuff, like see when you watch it on TV, it looks like a big massive like arena,
yeah.
Like it's tiny, like they're right at you, so
like,
it's intimidating. And that, to be fair, like it did intimidate me, like, because I was obviously the first time on the stage, and I'm just like, oh no, they're just going to be constantly singing this. I was like, I need to quickly get this out of my head, and he's like, I need to shut them up. And then like a couple of the sets, that kind of just like they kind of calmed down, and it was when it went 2-all, 3-all and 2-all, they just started pelting me again. I was like, here we go, and then.
It's had something like, I think it's something ridiculous, like nearly 4 million views on YouTube and stuff, and it's all, every time the Ali Pali comes on at Christmas time, it's always brought up as an iconic moment and stuff like that. What did you actually get for doing it at the time? Because obviously I've seen this year Paddy Power chucked in 60 grand for the dart player, 60 grand for the fan, and 60 grand for charity.
I got Ryan Serrell in the second round and got absolutely smashed. Absolutely nothing.
You didn't get a penny for a 9 darter?
Unfortunately, you had to hit 2.
Oh, you had to hit 2?
I think mine serves me right, I think it was, if you hit 2, it was 100 grand. And then I think, obviously, like, I got split up. I think it was like 25 went to the crowd, and it was like 75.
So that was 2 from any darters?
No, 2 9 darters for me. I had to hit 2.
At least I'm not asking for much.
Well, to be fair, like, it's 9 darters just were getting hit for what, fun.
They are becoming more often because of the quality of the darts. But to ask somebody to hit 2 in a tournament, that's a big ask.
Well,
so should we campaign from the Arrows channel here to try and get a bit of prize money for likes of you guys? Because the reality is, there's people get an opportunity to go to the Ali Pali to play in the Worlds that maybe like a qualifier or something like that. So to have that carrot being dangled of a prize pot, I think it's something you've got. They're paying people money for stupid things these days.
Nah, definitely. Nah, but as I said, like it gives, obviously, like a lot of people, like obviously, like Cammy, when he was on the show, he said that like I live off the 9. Like obviously, to get to even hit the 9, like the things that I've done was like incredible. Like, but obviously, like it's, you never see them because like the pro tours are never on TV and stuff. Like you get to the odd streaming board.
Yeah.
But like that, like the years that I got, like the year that I played, I beat like Van Gerwen, Danny Noppert, and all them. Like to get to like to have that position, got to the quarter final of a Euro tour, then had to pull out.
That's quite a big deal, isn't it?
No, but it is. But like obviously, like the 9 darter is massive. But like in my head, obviously, like it did, like it changed my life. Like obviously, like the year when I done it, like I never got to spend Christmas and that. Like obviously, I never got to go home after the game. Like I was literally, I had to stay isolated because COVID. I had to stay isolated. I had to stay isolated in the hotel, and then when I went home, I was constantly doing interviews. So like New Year, hug my name. I didn't even get. I stayed with my gran and my mum. Never even seen them. I was in my bedroom just like talking to all the like media outlets and stuff. And then
mad, isn't it? The glamorous life of a darts player.
No,
back in your bed.
by the time like, I was wanting to have like, I usually have like 2 weeks off, and I do it every year. Like I have a couple of weeks off in January. By the time that I had to just continue to go, and like obviously I was still kind of like feeling the effects of like tiredness and stuff because like I was just constantly doing everything, and then I never got a minute's peace. And then I wouldn't say that kind of affected me to lose my card, but obviously like the weight on the shoulders, everybody expected me to then hit the next level. Do you know what I mean? Like it's tough, especially against the guys that you're playing against.
But you did get your card back.
Yeah,
you've obviously now you're a year. When you get a card, obviously it's 2 year PDC card. How did you get your card back? Go back to Q school?
I went back to Q school, aye.
And then did you get through quite comfortably?
No.
No? Because
No.
I'm going to refer to the boy that you played that day, you got the 9 darter, Bradley Brooks. He's obviously just won his tour card back through the Order of Merit with 16 points, which I think is a record.
Yeah.
So he's sailed through Q school.
Definitely.
I think he lost two finals.
Aye.
So getting the tour card back, what does that involve? So now we are talking about me potentially practicing for a year, doing a bit of filming, getting tips from guys like yourself, see if we can maybe turn up at Q school next year and just have a free throw at it and see what happens. Once you get that tour card, what does that then involve? So does that mean that they have a schedule and you can then just go to each and every event that you choose to go to, or do you have to get invited?
No, well, the Players' Championship, you automatically get in the Players' Championships. That's like the main 4 events. So you go to Players' Championships, and then you're in the qualifiers for every European tour.
Yep.
Then you have to play like 5 or 6 games. If you win, you qualify, and you go to, like, say for instance, it could be like Graz or whatever they play. It depends what it is, and so you qualify for all them. And throughout the year, if you do well in the Players' Championships and the Euro tours and stuff, and you finish in, well, last year it was the top 32 of the yearly order of merit. Then you get the Worlds and stuff, and then obviously the Players' Championship finals as well.
So I'm taking it from what you're describing to me there. That must be a big expense in terms of, like, for your behalf, having to travel to these events and tournaments, stay in hotels, things like that, flights abroad. Do you get paid by the PDC for that, or do you have to just, I think Carmen mentioned that you need to try and get past the first round in most events to try and earn some money.
Well,
and then obviously, is it sponsorship? Do you have good sponsorship, good backing?
I've got a manager, Matthew Ward, from Leicester MDA Events. He's my manager. He pays all flights, hotels and stuff. And there's 6 of us on the tour. And then I share my guy Nathan Rafferty, and then we just share a hotel room.
So that must take the pressure off then.
Definitely,
because obviously I can imagine for some people, I see a lot of some guys that I used to play with in darts that would play in the old, like, the BDO tour type thing. I don't know what they call it. Is it the
WDF now?
WDF. And I see them looking for sponsorship constantly to try and get money towards help, maybe going to a flight to play a competition in Holland somewhere, and you think it's quite difficult, but the rewards are amazing if you can get, I'm saying rewards, financial rewards are amazing if you can get to the top level. But in terms of, like, your reward so far, that reward of being on the stage at the Ali Pali hitting a 9 data, that sentimental type reward, that's there, that'll live there for forever years.
Definitely. Obviously, like, it's hard, as I said, it's hard to break, like, into that next level. Obviously, getting in the top 64 is hard enough, because, like, there's, like, people you'll never see on the TV, like, they'll maybe qualify for the odd Euro tour, and then, like, they're just as good as the guys at the top. Because, again, darts is on the tour, like, everybody can beat everybody on that tour, and that's what makes it so hard. But like, obviously, like, if it wasn't for the likes of my manager and managers that take on players, like, half the players I don't think they would be doing it.
That's why I'm hoping the Aris is going to get a proper channel. So make sure you like and subscribe, because the more subscribers I've got, the more likes I get. They might be able to afford me to go to the European.
Well, see, when we're on here, you need to explain.
Let's get another wee throw here. Because obviously we're going to play a wee best of 3 today in 501, and I came close to beating Cammy with a couple of doubles, albeit Cammy wasn't firing all cylinders, and his lovely partner Fallon, I beat her 2-1, but
she was on the show as well.
She was amazing. She was amazing.
Fallon's great.
She missed quite a few doubles, and I managed to capitalise on a few errors. So, but that's what darts must be one of the only sports where each result or game or performance comes down to millimetres.
No, definitely. The thing is, it's such a social sport as well, do you know what I mean?
But no, I've had a few messages from some famous people saying that they really like the channel, really like the insight into darts players, so just getting everybody on and having this relaxed chat and seeing how we get on. So what do you think? How do you think I'm going to get better? You've obviously not seen me throw. Is it just practice?
No, I just keep practicing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you played. Like, the thing is, like, let's talk about it. Like, you played at a high level before. Like, I must have only been about 16 at the time when you beat Veenstra.
I know.
Like, that doesn't get spoken about enough.
I know. That was a weird day because it was. Do you know what happened that day? Right. I don't know if I've told the story fully. I was invited onto the BBC Today Sports Sign with Tam Cowan and Stuart Cosgrove. Mm-hmm. I think the BBC said, we're going to give you like a couple of £100. And at the time I was thinking, a couple of £100 for a wee hour or two on the radio, this will be class. But the Scottish Open was on. So I signed up and I thought, right, I play this guy here first. And if I beat him, I play the world number 4 at the time, and the BDO was Richard Veenstra. So I says, he'll beat me anyway. And then I'll be able to nip to the show. So I won my game, Richard won his game. 11 o'clock, I'm playing Richard Veenstra. Up we go, blah, 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 shake his hand, I think it was best of 5. And I went 2-1 up. And I thought, fucking hell, I'm playing all right here. I've got a chance. Then we went 2-2. And he went, obviously, shoot my hand for the decider. And I think I beat him with a 1-1. It was like, I was left with 3 and I went 1-1-1. And I kept saying to him up to that point before I hit the 1-1, look mate, I've got the BBC this afternoon, can you hurry up and hit a double? Because I'm not going to win this tournament today. I says, but you might. And then, because he was farting about it, I just went, right, there you go, there's your 1. And I just went, there's your 1-1. And I went, shake it. And I then left and went to the BBC and he was pure raging. Because he'd come all the way off of Holland to win this tournament and I packed him out. I think the next year, the year after, I think he won the Scottish Open.
Yeah, but he went to number 1 after it, I think.
Oh, did he?
How long ago was it? That was years ago.
Maybe a good 6 or 7 years ago. Aye.
No, I can't.
What age are you?
Well, I'm 28. I was only just I was only about 17. I must have been about 18.
Oh, maybe
18 at the most.
Aye, because I started darts at 2011 when I was playing the Hearts. So maybe about 2012, 13, 14 either. I'll need to check that.
Definitely. I was there as a youth, like. But,
aye, because this year the Scottish Open's on in February the 15th, 16th, I think it is.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to sign myself up to that and sign my boy up, and the tours are going to go along and try and experience a day at the darts, maybe bring the film crew with us and maybe speak to some guys in the WDF and see how they do it. I will play the players if I can get a partner. Wait a minute.
I'm playing my brother.
You play your brother? I was going to thought you were going to ask me that, Willie.
That'll be ironic, eh? First round.
Oh, there we go. What are we up now? Kia, 135, let's get going. No, I think some guy messaged me on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. There's another 180, geez, Willie, calm down. Cammy Men's didn't hit as many 180s as you. So somebody messaged me on Twitter saying, Kev, you go to the Scottish Open? I says, aye, do you want to play pairs? And I says, are you any good? He says, aye. I says, right, that'll do, mate. He might be the worst darts player ever. I don't know, some random guy. I'll let you go through my messages when I get near the time. Right, obviously, my background's football, right? Simply possibly one of the best Rangers players that the Rangers have ever had in their time, right?
Definitely.
You've got a love of Rangers, Willie?
Well, no deny.
No deny. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, here we go, we're on the 9.
But we're on the 9 there. Growing up, who was your hero? Growing up, Rangers fan, who was your hero? McCoist, Super Ali.
Aye.
He was obviously my manager at the time when I was there. Great guy, still love listening to him in the mornings and talk sport. They could do with an Ali McCoist there.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you want Rangers men in, like, to try and, like, explain to the players that are in the club at the moment, like, what it was all about to play for the Rangers years ago. But then the board members say they're Rangers men. If they're really Rangers men, they would try and find either new investors or they would like prepare to like walk, and then obviously new investors come in. But
it's
then
tough.
again, it's tough because like, who do you bring in? Like, is there anybody there now to come in? And it's
right. Enough of football. Well, enough of football. Enough of Rangers. At the minute, Willie, how's the? Is that in?
That is right.
Oh, I just had to stop there because I was on for my first 180 today. Nah, missed it. Shit it. How's the form? How's the current form?
It's good. Obviously, like, my throw is quite, like, it's erratic. It's good, but
so see when you're saying it's erratic, explain to me what's erratic.
Sometimes, if I get a steady pace going, I'll keep that pace going all day and I'll keep everything fluent. But it takes me like 9 darts to get that pace. Yep. And then like sometimes I'll throw too fast, try to get to that consistent level. Aye. And it changes all the time.
I've noticed that when I'm watching you. You'll hit a couple and then you throw one quick and I'm like, why is he throwing that one quick? Just keep the same pace.
Again, it's just like a bit of inexperience, but it'll get better with time. But as I said, the form is good as it can be. Aye.
So what you got? What's coming up?
The next tournament is the World Masters. That's on the 29th down in Milton Keynes.
29th of January?
Yeah.
In Milton Keynes?
At the Marshall Arena.
Big event then?
Well, it's a qualifier to get on the TV one, to get to the TV finals. But this is the first time it's been held in a good few years. I don't exactly know how many years, but it's the first time it's been held in a few years. So I'm looking forward to it. Aye. Good. Like, I think, as far as I could be wrong again, to be fair, 9 times out of 10 I'm usually wrong, but I think like some of the youths, so like JDC youths and that, like, so they're in this competition as well, like, because the BDO used to do it, like the Windmill World Masters, and it was like youth, men, women and all that. I'm sure there's like so many youth, so many women, and like obviously the tour card holders playing it as well.
That's good then, that's good for the youth, it gives them something to aim for.
But as I said, I could be wrong, but as I said, like, I don't check in, and I just get told the night before your flight or whatever your train's this time, be there, and I'm like, okay.
See, just going back to the Q school, I noticed that Bo Greaves and Fallon Sherrock didn't obviously get their cards this year. Think they feel a lot of pressure being women in the game, very good women darts players in the game. Do you think there's too much pressure maybe sometimes on them when they go to things at the Q school? Because do you think possibly they maybe need like another kind of way of is there no like a women's Q school that where there's maybe like the top women can play, and then do you know how am I trying to describe it? You know, like make a spot available. You know how you've got the European tour, so you've got the guys coming over for Europe, you've got the British one, and then is there a way of making it? Because I think sometimes women in darts is a good thing. And with the two girls not having their tour card, does that mean that there's, or is there any women currently in the 120 that don't, is there any in the tour? I don't think there is there?
Well, no, if you look, like, obviously Lisa Ashton, she got a card the same year I did.
Right.
Like the first time.
Okay.
And I think Fallon and Bo are good enough.
Yeah.
I think, like, obviously, like...
It's just on the day, isn't it?
It is. It's, like, Q School, like, obviously, like, is the hardest tournament that any dart player at any level will play in. Like, you'll have people going there just for the simple fact, oh, I played Q School, look at me. And then you'll have the guys that, like, want a card. But Fallon, like, do you know what I mean? Like, John, obviously, Big John Henderson's one of my good mates in that.
John
like,
just narrowly missed out.
He just missed out, like, do you know what I mean? If the calibre player of John's missing out, do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard.
See on day 3, he looked like nearly a certainty to get a card. And then I see other guys like Jim McEwen. I know Jim McEwen for down in Gerwen.
Yeah.
And Jim was very unlucky. He was quite close a few times.
It's just tough, like, because, like, again, like, no all dart players are robots. You know what I mean? We're all human beings. But like playing for like some of these guys, like especially Bo and Fallon, they were in. No, in fact, were they in the first 3 days as well? I can't remember. But like majority of the guys are playing 7 days.
Aye.
Like there's going to be a point where you're going to come down. Like, do you know what I mean? You can't be continuously playing at a high standard for 7 days.
So you say that in one sense. How does Luke Littler, Humphreys, these top guys, how do they do it? Or do we not see their dips in the mini tours, the mini events?
The difference is, like, obviously, like, I'm a massive believer. Like, obviously, like, they are really consistent, like, and that's why they are where they are.
Aye.
So like when they're playing bad, like they're still averaging 90.
Aye.
But like when the likes of, use me as an example, when I'm playing bad, I'll be like an 83, an 82, or maybe even below. And that's just like that's just what
What's
it
your
is,
best average you've had?
104.
104 over how many legs?
6. Best 11 legs. I beat Danny Noppert.
That's some average, yeah.
I beat Van Gerwen 6'5" with 104 as well.
My best to date was 2016, 93.4 over 7. And then the other day I had 84 over 11 legs.
Yeah, that's good. Like, do you know what I mean? That's a good standard. That
I feel like that's decent.
Get a card, but the thing is, I can get a card.
It could be. I was looking at the Q school averages, and I think there was one guy, I think he averaged like 100 and something, and he lost to like an 80, 90 average. And it was just that's purely down to finishing, isn't it? I
can't remember the guy's name. The boy, he just got a card, to be fair, at Q school there. Like, he had never played in a PDC event ever.
The boy,
I think is it Tom? It could be Tom. He's never played a PDC event, like Challenge Tour, any tours, and just goes and rocks up at Q school.
I know. Like, I don't expect to rock up at Q school next year and get a tour card. What my aspirations are from now to then.
But playing that will get you better.
I become better, start doing more events and stuff, and then when I get to there, that experience of playing these people in that environment, and then actually realising, you know what, I just need to do this. You're just needing something to make you think, I could do this.
No, but the thing is, as I said, like, the vaults are a great place to start. Like, I didn't know. There's one at Rutherglen at McGoldrick's. That's
right, is it a great setup, isn't it?
McGoldrick's is good, they have one. Then obviously the sports bar near me, they have one. Kilmarnock Shooters,
right?
They have one. They're all over. Like, if you go on Dart Atlas, you'll find that like they're all over, like, spatially through here. Like, they're a great place. Like, obviously you pay £6 £2 goes to like an admin fee or whatever, and then you get, I think it's like £60 for winning. Well, every venue's different, but like you get 6 games, 5-6 games a night. If it's full, you get 5.
Well,
5 games.
The wonderful Scully are going to send us a dart scoring board. So
that's good, right?
Once we get that, we're going to try and do some online stuff and interact with people through our hopefully soon-to-be TikTok page, and do a wee bit of practicing. But no, what we're trying to do here at the Arrows is not about me and playing football teams and Slaney having a laugh. We're trying to obviously get guys like you, Cammy. There's obviously Alan Shooter's, Big John Henderson. We spoke to Gary Anderson. That's the Scottish contingent. We'll get to Peter Wright at some point, and then we'll dwell about the English boys. I don't think there's an audience out there that get to see what the darts players are really like in their own wee comfortable environment. I think we're at the beginning of this massive boom of darts that's going to happen.
No, well, that's the thing. Like, obviously, like you look on like social media, like a lot of players get stick. Like I've had some stick on Twitter and stuff, and like I feel like Gerwen Price gets a lot of stick.
Yeah.
But he is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
It's sad to hear.
But no, it's because of the way they act on stage. But like at the end of the day, we're up there making a living. Like that's what they're doing. They're making a living. Like they're allowed to act the way they want. Like, do you know what I mean?
If I go back to our other show, the Open Goal in general, that's how a lot of footballers in Scotland and even down south, people have actually started to realise, I actually quite like him. But I used to think he was an over. I quite like him because sits down, has an interview with you, and you get to then see the real person, and then people actually then have a different opinion. So that's why here at the Arrows, having a chat with yourself and the guys we already had on before you, it's quite good because people actually realise, well, he's just a normal guy that started playing darts in a bedroom and then all of a sudden now he's hit a 9-darter in the alley pally. Why can that not be me? You might be an inspiration to somebody.
That's where most people started, to be fair, like, but nah, as I said, like darts, as I said, I've said it a couple of times already, it's such a sociable sport. And like obviously like, I'm a massive advocate on people trying to progress and do better. Like I help my mate out, Callum, that's what I do. I've been telling him to go, I push him to go to everything. Like so like, if I go to a tournament, I'll tell him to come with me and stuff. Try to help him get better as well. But like the vaults is massive for amateur darts because you get so many games, and if you're playing in 3 or 4 of them a week, you're playing 30 games. You're playing 30 games. You have to get better. Yep. You cannot progressively get worse playing more games.
Right, I think it's about time we get this match on. So we'll go for a wee practice, maybe 9 darts, and then we'll bull up and then get going. Right?
Yeah, lovely.
Oh, here we go. That's just above the 25. I blocked you in there.
That's
a terrible dart. That's why I thought higher, just to block you.
That's terrible.
I think that's it. I will go again.
All right.
I'll take that.
I thought it was you, to be fair, but I'll take that.
I thought it was me as well, but I want to give you a chance, Billy. That's even worse.
Yeah, that's a nice.
See, that's the nails kicking in.
Oh, so
wait a minute. Right, I'm not letting you have for this one.
You can have it. Build up to my strongest point. You can have it.
I'm definitely on that one, right. So me to go. That was the worst build up of the series, aye. That was the time I played Gary Anderson build up. I hit the 25 thinking you had done so.
I thought he was going to hit the 9 against you.
Oh my God, man. I didn't realise he was on the 9. I was just happy I hit 2 treble 20s. Right, here we go. Good luck, Willie.
All the best, mate.
Oh, push. 41. Not the best stop.
$100.
$60.
Oh, good dart. 70.
Good last dart. Good last dart.
I like a 5. That's
100.
Ah, 95.
Thought I'd woke the beast there. $60. Steady. 240, 236.
I was going to say that. I thought that.
236. You should know what you're doing. You're pro.
Not seeing it in front of you. 60.
I know, it's up there. Somebody writing on the board.
Good darts.
140. Just thought I'd set that 100 up.
Ah, go away, man. 60. I like a 60.
Aye, a few 60s.
116. Should have went for it.
I did go. I actually did go for tops there, but absolutely jelly arm there.
60 kilo.
60, aye.
I get that. 40.
Tell you what, there's a few darts players get a wee bit. They feel under pressure up there on the big stage. It's not quite like the Ali Pali Flight Club. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's a bust. 76.
I've actually busted myself. I spoke too soon there. I need to learn to shut up.
Oh, good that. I can't even check it's 76 and 3, man. Oh my
Right,
God.
Willie, too many chances, son.
36.
Right, I'm back to tops. There we go.
Oh,
That's
hit it,
better.
hit it.
First
Oh.
leg.
Good that.
That's it, just hit one. That's us. There we
100.
go. It's only a matter of time before you stick 3 of them in there, isn't it? $83. That first start was too good to be.
140.
Jesus, warming up now, Keir. Not too high. Oh, that's terrible. 26.
140.
He's proper warming up now. You didn't like losing that first leg, did you? $40.
121, eh?
1-2-1 left after 9.
97.
I've wrote this leg off. Prepare myself for the third leg.
On throw.
On throw. In my head, Willie, I'm thinking I just need 15 darts. 100.
Check.
There we go. Right.
Are the best.
Good. Right. 1-1. Decider.
Here comes the 9.
I'm using his. I'm using his psychology. 15 darts to beat me. $81.
$140.
See, I've got a wee bit of the jelly arm there. It's 30.
$137.
He's got it going there. Oh, keep pulling it. 42.
Ah, 44.
Right, come on. Oh. 68.
If I had a 180 here, did I get it? Oh.
Well, that's how you're left with. Get a 180, I'll let you have it.
Oh, boo.
I know one of them, just leave yourself tops, that's it.
Ton.
What am I left with? About 300 what?
280.
280, I need a 180. Ah, 43. That wasn't it, was it?
80, eh? Should.
I thought I was cutting my head, I was thinking, yes, that is it. Well, what a finish.
No, I said no. It was
Right.
a pleasure.
I've obviously started too fast. Wife tells me that in the bedroom all the time. Superb. Great
listen,
finish.
it's been
I'm
a
glad I
good
took a leg. I've not been scudded 2-0 yet, so we're all right. Apart from Gary Anderson,
You threw some good darts here as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I just it's nerves. It's just
it's completely different. Like obviously, like it would have been an experience for you, is like being at that tournament, like that exhibition. Like for like me as a player when I play in them, like I love it. Like I just love to go there and entertain the crowd. I go up there and I play dreadful. I'm up there. My walk on takes about 10 minutes. I just go on and.
the thing is with me when I'm here first leg, felt quite comfortable, and then I start talking because I'm too confident. Just need to settle it back down.
That's what I'm like.
It's experience. Every time we do this, it's a learning curve. It's time for the 9 dart challenge. I'm going to say we've only had the 2 pros do it, Cammy and Fallon blew everybody at the wall. I think she had 380.
Great, well I'm not beating that. We'll try it.
2 140s and 100 she got, so 380 to beat. So we'll let you have a wee practice. I'll ask you a couple of questions, and then when you're ready to go for the 9, you tell me when you're ready, all right?
No problem.
So obviously earlier on, you talked about your hero, Ali McCoy. You were fortunate enough to get on Talk Sport. Did you just phone him, or were you on the actual show and met him?
No, we just phoned from the downstairs in the hotel that we were staying in. So I literally had like 3 hours sleep. If you look back at the video, I look like honestly, I look like shite. Like genuinely, just 3 hours sleep, terrible. And then he came on talking about the 9 and that. But then at that point, his kid was playing football at like my local village.
Oh, was he?
They just had opened up a new like the 3G, and it was a Scottish Cup game. So he was like in East Calder when I was in London, and obviously we were talking about that. He was trying to say that it was such a great place, and I was like, mate, it's a shite hole. I'm like,
no, didn't disrespect your place. I'm from Stranraer, I could say the same, but it's home is home.
Nah, I don't.
So obviously, you've had Ali McCoy, so obviously, was it Laura Wood was on as well at the time?
Yeah.
So there must have been other celebrities contact you or message you with a big well done. Well, any superstars?
Well, obviously I never had X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it at the time. I never had that at the time, and then my manager was like, you should make one up, and I'll deal with it and all that, so in case any trolls and stuff. And then like literally he signed up the night that I hit the 9 and got 30,000 followers within the night, and then like the likes of like Piers Morgan or that were tweeting me, it was class. And then I had Tim Vine as well tweet us, and that was brilliant. Like
he likes the darts, Tim Vine. He loves the darts.
He played. Did he play?
I think he plays.
He played.
I think he plays in his local as well.
Yeah, he played in when Andy Fordham Memorial thing.
Right.
And he played in that. That was a big tournament in London. He played in that.
Superb. Because obviously we're on the hunt for celebrities that are actually decent at darts. Cammy says that James Madison's quite decent. He's no bad at darts.
The thing is now, like obviously going back to Littler and stuff, like he's brung like all these like the YouTuber influencer guys, like all these guys, they're chucking like, do you know what I mean? Like
I heard the boy Ginger, Angry Ginger, he's quite good.
He's an angry guy as well.
Yeah, I heard he's angry. My kids think he's mental. But, wait till you see me when I get angry.
Charlie Murphy's good.
Who's Charlie Murphy?
He's an influencer.
Oh, is he?
He's.
I'm not quite up to date with influencer world.
I'm trying to. Is it no? He done an exhibition was in Newcastle. I don't know if he's actually from Newcastle or not, but he's decent. Like
I know. Well, we'll get all these guys.
He was on that Modus one. See when Modus they do.
I saw the Modus influencer event.
He was on the first one. When Pie Face and that one.
That's what we said to Fallon. Fallon works a lot with the Modus group, so Fallon said she would try and get us involved at some point. Be an ex-footballer, you could class yourself as an influencer. I'm not like I'm an influencer, but I can influence a bit of nonsense here and there. So I think that's. Oh wait a minute, do you want to start your score now? That's right. Well, are we good to go?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Willie Borland's 9 dart challenge.
Here we go.
I'll keep the score because we can't ask the producer. $100.
Take that.
Not a bad start. That first start was good. Second one should have been better.
Go away. 81.
181. Come on, a wee 180 just to top us off. You're not going to beat Fallon, but. 96, which is 297. No, 287.
Yes.
Is that right? 287. 277. 96, I had 181, 197.
Yeah, my count's terrible.
Some darts player, this guy.
Listen, it comes up with a tablet, it's easier for me, I see it.
So you had 181, if you add 100 to that, was between 281, you take away the 4, 287.
277.
287, no?
No, 277.
You're right, 277. What chance have you actually got in the darts world? I've absolutely got no chance.
No, the thing is, like obviously my count is a lot better. Like I was, like the thing is, like obviously it's nothing to really like write home about, but I was dreadful in school. Like I used to skip maths and all that. Like, but see, obviously, like in our youth, like the youth academy that my uncle started up, like, for the first, like, 2 months, we just, like, play tournaments and stuff, and that was just getting everybody interested. And then the boy that helped them run it, Stephen, like, he knew that my counting was bad because, like, when I was a youth and, like, I got introduced into the county setup quite early on. So then, like, when I used to get beat, I used to run away because I couldn't count. And then it was one time in the youths on a Sunday, we were just literally in the pub, I'm ready to play the tournament. He's like, you're not playing. He sat me down with sums and that. He had to do like a big march lesson at a youth academy.
That's good though, it's good because
it's good,
I find that when you go, you play the pubs leagues at darts, and you win your game, and if the loser goes on and he becomes the marker, and you can see these guys visibly shaking with the chalk, thinking, "Oh God, I don't know how to count."
Yeah, there's
there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are just more comfortable and confident at counting than others.
Like looking back now, I think it's just because obviously, like when I first started, like obviously, like there was a lot of people that were playing for years, so I never wanted to. There we go, there's a 180.
There's my 180. I'm on for 9.
I never wanted to.
Did you get that in film?
No. I never wanted to like put the players off, and I think it's just like it's a mental thing. It's not the fact that we can't count or whatever, they can't count or whatever. It's just the fact they don't want to be putting the players off.
It's a pressure thing. Right, another superb episode with Willie Borland, the 9 dart star for the Ali Pali a few years ago. Another good game, another good practice, another good insight into how this darts works. Willie, thanks very much for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me.
Like and subscribe to the arrows below. We're needing more subscribers and more likes, so the producers keep telling me the show's going to hit the top eventually. And also give Willie a follow. Follow his journey. Great insight to a young kid that's living out his dream playing darts. Willie, let's say all the best.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.